No, the other players don't see the flashes. It's just me. It's just a Microsoft thing, man. They don't like weapons. There's long-haired hippie freaks. But yeah, the weapons are just are cosmetic. So yeah, it's got Yosemite Sam on it. There he is. Yeah, sorry, I can't see the chat while I'm in VR, but I'll peek out every now and again. But thanks for swinging by. It is one of the better warbirds in the game. Although the Microsoft Flight Simulator has some pretty decent warbirds for sure. The P-40 is good. The Spitfire is great. This is fantastic. The P51, I love it. People tend to have issues with it, but I think it's pretty good. Um, what else do I enjoy? I love the Hellcat, the F6. Wait, F4F, F6F. I think it's the F6F. But the Hellcat is fantastic. The P38 is really good. So all the warbirds are actually, not all of them, but there's definitely a good representation of warbirds in the game. I do like the Focke-Wulf 190 as well, but I think my favorites are the P51 and this guy. Uh, I mean, it's just super cool, the Corsair, man. And unique. I have both. I have the Asobo one. I have one of the Asobo ones, and I have the Aeroplane Heaven one. And the Aeroplane Heaven one is good. The flight model's pretty decent. It reacts well. It actually, the ground handling is challenging, but it's realistic. I mean, a lot of people can't seem to get it off the ground, and that's their biggest problem. It's because they just don't understand that you got to give it a lot of right rudder, and you can't jam on the accelerator. You got to be really easy on the throttle when you're accelerating for takeoff speed. And as long as your trim is right and you can lock your tail wheel and give it a lot of right rudder, you'll be fine. I don't think that they have improved the audio, but what you can do is you can swap out the audio from the the Asobo P51, which sounds a lot better, and you can swap it out with the Aeroplane Heaven one. You lose a lot of the cockpit sounds, but it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't take away from the experience. You hear the engines, and they sound much better, and you also hear the wind. So that's all I really need to hear. But I don't think there's a sound update or improvement on it, or a mod or anything like that. But there is a mod that lets you swap them out for the other Asobo or for the other P51, which again sounds a lot better. Is this a better plane than the Spitfire? I prefer it over the Spitfire, but I don't. I'm not. I don't know. I think it's just a subjective thing. It's a personal preference. It's not. I don't think any one is better than the other one. I think the flight model is slightly better in the Corsair, but again, subjective. I am on my way to Dublin right now. I just took off from the Mach Loop, and I'm just gonna go across the pond here to Ireland and Dublin. Should be there in a few minutes. It's not a real super long flight or anything. Oh, nice. 500 hours, huh? Where did you start from? I've done a couple transatlantic flights. I haven't done across or a world tour yet, but I don't know. I just, there's a lot of empty flying in this game, which is, part of the sim for sure. But at the same time, it does get a little boring. So I just, I take off from wherever I want to take off at the time and do my thing. But hey, man, kudos to you. People have a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Dedication when it comes to. You need to have a lot of dedication for a world tour. I don't think my ADD will allow me to do it. Some sort of ship down there. I passed a couple of them, but I've been too high to actually see any details on them. Oh, wow. Wow. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I don't have the space nor. I don't know if. I mean, I would use a motion sim, a motion rig for sure, because I do play. I mean, outside of Flight Simulator, I do driving simulators as well, Assetto Corsa, and space battle simulators like Star Wars Squadrons and Elite Dangerous, even though I haven't played Elite Dangerous in quite a while. But I am fully into the VR sort of simulator thing, and oh, it's crazy looking ship there. Is that a helipad on it? Maybe. Never seen that ship before. Anyway, um, yeah. So I do a lot of simulators, but at the same time, I don't know if I have the space nor the inclination to. I know it takes a lot of. There's quite a bit of configuring, and I'm kind of over all the optimization, configuring, and all that bullshit. I'm tired of it. I just want my sim to work, look good, without too much twiddling. I mean, I know that's what everybody wants, and it's a thing, but you know, that's just another layer. A motion rig is just another layer of annoyance for me, I think. But hey, man, when they work, they're great for sure, and you know, the cost involved. But I don't think I'll ever get laid again if I had one of those like in my bedroom. Oh, nice. 5 minutes, huh? Yeah, how long did it take you to build, though? I hear it takes a little while to build those suckers. I think that guy in the MD-82 is at Dublin Airport, but he hasn't moved in a while. He's just been sitting there in JBO 1209. How high am I, anyway? Not that high at all. 2,500 feet. Or 5,200 feet, rather. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's at Dublin Airport. Let's take a look at this little island over here. Looks like it's got one lonely little windmill for one lonely little island. Your air brakes are basically your landing gear. Quite a bit of turbulence down here. Actually, I don't need that much power. I'm still got quite a bit of speed. And I want to start slowing down, and this thing takes a while to slow down. Which is more realistic than it's not. I think a lot of the planes in this game slow down a little too quickly. Yeah, learn to weld? That's what I'm talking about, man. I don't think that qualifies as 5 minutes. If you had to take 3 months to learn how to weld. But hey, man, again, dedication. Good for you. Dublin. It is quite a fun town. I've been to Dublin many times. Generally, I've always had a good time there. Actually, let's not fly straight into the airport. So, did you design and build it yourself? And then, that's crazy. You didn't buy it from uh, like one of those, motion rig manufacturers? That's nuts. Dude, I could barely get my joysticks mounted without, screwing up my whole place. Like I actually had to get a clamp to clamp down my joystick mounts because the clamps that came with them were garbage. And they were getting a little, you know, I don't know. It got to the point where I couldn't clamp it onto the desk at all without some external hardware, which I just literally bought yesterday for this joystick. But it's all in good working order now, and the joystick doesn't move around anymore, which was my biggest issue. Yeah, I don't think I would have the patience nor the skill, and definitely not the knowledge, even though you could probably get everything off the internet, whatever you need, as far as blueprints and designs are concerned. But still, that's impressive, man. What's up, Luke? Hey, Luke, is that which is this? Do I know you, Luke? Or is this just a random Luke that I don't know? Wow, that's crazy. Good for you, man. And I'm glad it works because it would have sucked if you did all that work and it just didn't operate the right way or didn't work at all. There are definitely those horror stories for sure. Yeah, I would imagine it is immersive. Um, how heavy is it? And also, what would you say the total build cost was? Just in case, you know. I do, I say a lot of shit, and then all of a sudden, I get into some crazy, complicated projects myself. I haven't done one in a while, but. And nothing to that extent. The Liffey. I believe this is the Liffey. The River Liffey. The photogrammetry really does fucking suck around here, though. It's not the best. I was flying around Madrid the other day and was really surprised with how good the photogrammetry looked in Madrid. This photogrammetry looks like ass compared to Madrid. But, I mean, it'll do, but it's just not. It's okay. I guess, especially for. But I think they updated the UK, didn't they? UK, Ireland, Scotland, and all that. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they didn't give too much love to Dublin. I mean, it's okay. It's not the worst I've seen, for sure. Although this turbulence in the lower altitudes is. Bleh. How much gas do I have? I gotta get. I'm getting the gas. Probably about $5,000. Wow. 550 pounds total lift weight. Oh, okay. Top section 100-pound base, probably 200, so about 300. Oof, that's a lot of money, son. That is a lot of money. Yeah, I'm not that dedicated. I'm not even close to a real pilot. Even if I was, I don't think. I mean, because there would be nothing compared to, and not to discount any of the flight sims, the more serious flight sims out there, but when I've spoken to some real pilots, and they all the ones that I know anyone, they all have Microsoft Flight Simulator, and as good as it is, they're like the physics are not there. I mean, as far as training is concerned, they're all saying like procedurally, yeah, you can use it for practice, for procedures. But as far as actual flight is concerned, it's not that realistic. I just don't think we have the technology yet. I mean, it's close. It's not that far off, according to, the pilot friends I have. And, they all fly like Cessnas, and they're not fighter pilots or anything. I do know one helicopter pilot, though. And he does say that a couple of the helicopters in Flight Simulator are the closest he's gotten in a simulator to what it is actually like to fly those helicopters. And he's flown the helicopters he's talking about. He flies a Robinson R-22. He flies R-44s and R-66s. He flies Robinsons. And he does say the Cowan Sim Robinsons, especially the R-66 and the R-22, are very, very, very close to the most accurate flight model he's experienced so far. But, he's still like, take that with a grain of salt, because, again, you're not going to be able to simulate the G-forces and all of that stuff. But I guess with a motion rig, that would bring it just that much closer. At least you'll get shaken around and moved around a bit. You might not necessarily feel the G-forces so much, but you'll definitely feel, the physical effects of what the aircraft is doing. But man, I don't know if my if I'm dedicated enough to this hobby to just invest that much money into it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, it's not. It's definitely cool. And if the price was lower, if I can get away with like, maybe a $2,000 rig, I would think about it. But even then, I'm just like, like just considering the space and the time, and again, I do want to get laid here and there. Um, I don't know, but to each their own. Like my setup right now is perfect for me. Although I would like force feedback controls, that would be nice. I hear the Moza is okay. I hear it's not great. I hear there's a lot of stuff they need to work on with the new Moza joystick, force feedback joystick. But and it's not even a joystick; it's the joystick base. They're not even selling you the whole joystick unless you want to buy the whole thing, of course. But most people already have a stick they can probably stick in there. So I don't know. I used to have a Microsoft Sidewinder force feedback joystick back in the day, when you had to plug it into like a serial port on your computer. And I also had a force feedback steering wheel back in the day as well from Microsoft, and they were great. They were absolutely great back then. So I can't imagine why now they can't figure out like a decent one. Yeah, the OG Sidewinder, man, they were great. The steering wheel and the joystick, I had both of them, and some pedals, and I played, and they were all pretty much arcade games back then. I didn't really play any flight simulator, like actual flight simulators. They were all like arcade based, but for the games that supported them, they were absolutely super. They added so much to the realism and the immersion. And that's why I like VR so much. You can't beat the immersion. Alright, I'm going to bring this sucker in for a landing. I'm going to attempt it, though. This thing is not easy to land. It does like to bounce. And I've never been able to land this on a carrier. With the hook, without the hook, doesn't matter. Just won't do it. I can land a P-51 on a carrier without any kind of arresting gear, but this thing will not. I can land any other plane that is supposed to be carrier landable. I can land on a carrier except for this one. For some reason, it just bounces. It doesn't want to stop, and I either just bounce right off of it or just roll right off because it just will not stop. And the arresting hook is pointless. It never catches. So, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe they needed it updated. Maybe it's the carriers I have. Because I do have, like, this carrier add-on that I don't know. It's just annoying. Alright, maybe I should start slowing down, too. I don't know if I'll be able to bleed off enough speed. No, I won't. Alright, I gotta go around again. Maybe if I let up on the manifolds, that'll help. I'm still going too fast for flaps. Yeah, this is a go around for sure. CFS Combat Flight Simulator. I had Flight Simulator X and Combat Flight Sim for a little while. I didn't have the right controllers at the time, so then I kind of just let it sit around. I never really played it. But I played some arcade style combat flight sims. I mean, super arcadey too. Like the physics were very forgiving, put it that way. But I still had a lot of fun. Super fun. And it was a free game too. You got it off Microsoft Gaming Zone, the MSN Zone back in the day. Had a bunch of free games. This one was called Fighter Ace. And it was so much fun. Alright, I'm gonna go flaps. Let's go full flaps. And I could swing it around here, I think. Oh god. Oh god. Oh man. It is windy. Forgot my gear. That'll help me slow down some more because I'm still going way too fast. Alright, I'm doing a little better now. Center line. Oh god. Oh, I blew it. Oh, did I? I didn't even have my gear down. I thought I dropped my gear. What the hell? Oh well. At least I'm not dead though, right? I don't think the engine would have exploded. Maybe those bombs though would have. Those bombs would have like spontaneously ignited and caught fire and then boom. Dead. Yeah, I'm not dead. So, there's that. Any landing you can walk away from, I guess. What a dumbass. Alright, man. Hey, guys. Thanks for stopping in. I'm going to stop the stream. But I appreciate it. And good luck with your flight sim, man. And your motion rig. That sounds awesome. Cheers.